Oh, they thought they had you figured out. Hello, you impossible enigma. Hello, you living paradox that makes experts walk away shaking their heads. Hello to the being so divinely shielded, so spiritually fortified, so energetically impenetrable, that even those who claim to command darkness took one look and said the same three words, "I won't try." You had no idea, did you? You had no clue that while you were resting, growing, living your quiet life, your adversaries were in shadowed corners with intentions and offerings and frantic pleas, asking forces to tear you down. They found someone, yes, they literally spent their resources, actual payment, to a spiritual practitioner, someone who swore they could pierce veils and manipulate frequencies and shatter defenses. And you want to know what transpired? That practitioner examined what stands guard over you, approached the perimeter of your energetic space, sensed one ripple of what truly shields you, and declared no, not simply no, absolutely never. I refuse this. Locate another. I'm done. Because this is what they witnessed. This is what caused a seasoned professional, someone meant to be fearless in realms beyond sight, to retreat and vanish. They witnessed you, not the version that performs socially, not the version that exists on screens, but the version that's been refined in stillness, the version that's endured the kind of torment that reconstructs a spirit. They witnessed the marks, not fresh injuries, marks, and marks signify endurance. Marks signify you've already passed through devastation and emerged as something devastation cannot touch. They witnessed the wars you waged in isolation, the hours you wept until tears refused to come, the instances you contemplated surrender, but something, some current, some entity refused to release you. They witnessed every treachery that should have shattered you, but instead strengthened you. Every deception that should have annihilated you, but instead awakened you. Every desertion that should have emptied you, but instead completed you in ways these individuals will never comprehend. And that's when the practitioner understood, this isn't someone we can damage. This is someone who's already been damaged by existence itself and transcended it. This is someone shielded by something we cannot access. You see, they assumed it would be simple. Your adversaries. They gathered with their trivial complaints, their shallow envies, their brittle pride that couldn't accept the reality that you're flourishing without their presence, and they convinced themselves you were merely fortunate, merely pretending, merely one concentrated spiritual strike away from ruin. So they located someone who professed to wield influence, someone who claimed they could identify your frailties, weaponize your tender spots, direct malice toward you, and observe you disintegrate like everyone else. They painted your portrait in detail. This individual wounded me, deceived me, abandoned me, outsmarted me, evolved beyond me, arranged the ceremony, and then they connected. They extended energetically to find you, to pinpoint your vibration, to examine your field, to discover the fractures they could thread their purposes through. And that's when everything collapsed for them. That's when they experienced it. Not you being fragile, not you being adrift, not you being vulnerable. They experienced a barrier. No, not a barrier, a citadel. They experienced level upon level of force, so concentrated, so primordial, so impervious that it didn't merely stop them, it mirrored everything backward. They experienced lineage. They experienced powers that transcend language. They experienced a presence encircling you that made them physically withdraw from their workspace. And here's the element that truly disturbed them. They experienced you weren't merely shielded, you were being shaped. Like whatever encompasses you isn't just deflecting attacks. It's refining you, advancing you, arranging you for something so monumental that anyone who attempts to obstruct gets eliminated from your trajectory automatically. The practitioner perceived it unmistakably. You're not someone to challenge because you're not just an individual anymore. You're a purpose in flesh. You're being directed by something that's been designing your existence long before your adversaries ever learned your identity. Every sealed passage that wounded you, safeguarding. Every soul who departed, extraction of hindrances. Every betrayal that marked you, transformation. You've been in spiritual conditioning while they were engaging in games, and now you're moving through reality with defenses they can't even detect, much less breach. So the practitioner did the only rational thing someone in that circumstance could execute. They withdrew. They informed your adversary, "I apologize. I cannot assist you with this situation, this individual. They're unreachable, and if I attempt to reach them, I'll be the one who pays." And you know what's magnificent about that? You didn't even sense this was occurring. You didn't sense someone attempted to approach you energetically and collapsed. You didn't sense there was an entire spiritual offensive organized, and it disintegrated before it even commenced. Because that's how genuine protection functions. You don't have to combat every battle with awareness. You don't have to know about every serpent that gets halted at your threshold. You don't have to witness every scheme that gets neutralized before it contacts you. You just continue advancing, continue healing, continue transforming, and whatever is protecting you manages the remainder. And oh, it manages it masterfully. Your adversaries are out here employing practitioners, expending resources they lack, sacrificing rest, attempting to determine how to diminish you. And you're over here resting soundly, envisioning your next chapter, rising refreshed while they rise more agitated than ever, because the universe doesn't just protect you from them, it makes them observe you triumph. It makes them witness your tranquility. It compels them to watch you undisturbed while they're fragmenting, attempting to disturb you. That's the genuine consequence, not anything you must perform, just you existing, prospering, radiating, unreachable. And it drives them absolutely mad because they can't process it. How is this individual still rising? How are they still glowing? How did everything we attempted to execute reverse? And the answer is straightforward but crushing. You're not who they perceive you are. You're not functioning on the same wavelength. You're not participating in the same contest. Now let's discuss what genuinely transpired in that space when the practitioner attempted to reach you. Let's descend deeper into the moment that made a supposedly powerful spiritual operator turn ashen and decline compensation. Because this isn't just about protection, this is about what you've transformed into without even acknowledging it. The practitioner settled, closed their perception, initiated the sequence, began extending through the invisible to locate your energetic signature, and initially, nothing appeared irregular. They discovered you readily enough, your essence, your radiance, the general dimension you inhabit in this realm. But then they attempted to advance nearer, attempted to study you, attempted to discover the access point for their intentions, and that's when they struck it, the first barrier. They describe it afterward as a resonance, not a physical resonance, but a wavelength so powerful it made their senses reverberate, even though the chamber was soundless. A tone, a pulsation, something ancient and conscious and observing. Most individuals, when you probe their force, they're exposed, susceptible, oblivious. But you had epochs, energetic sentinels that don't rest, that don't bargain, that don't caution. They just repulse. And the practitioner sensed it instantaneously. This individual knows they're protected, or something knows they require protection. So they pressed a little stronger, thinking perhaps they could penetrate, Perhaps they could locate a fragile moment, a diverted instant, and that's when they witnessed the marks we referenced earlier, but not like surface marks. These were inscribed into your essence, each one a record, each one a seal. Every betrayal you survived, it left an impression, but that impression became a symbol of strength. Every heartbreak you weathered, it etched a pattern into your force that now repels equivalent suffering. Every time you were forsaken, every time you were deceived, every time you were exploited and discarded, your essence didn't just retain, it adjusted, it transformed, it constructed defenses that are now instinctive. The practitioner witnessed this and comprehended this individual has been initiated by suffering itself. They're not protected by ceremonies or incantations someone else performed for them. They're protected by their own metamorphosis. And that's a protection you can't fracture because it's not exterior, it's interior, it's not borrowed, it's acquired. You didn't petition for protection and wait for it to manifest. You became the protection. You absorbed so much shadow that you transformed into illumination that sears. You survived so much turbulence that you transformed into stillness that can't be shaken. You endured so much treachery that you transformed into devotion to yourself that can't be controlled. The practitioner continued observing, continued attempting because they'd been compensated and they had standing to preserve, but the deeper they ventured, the worse it became for them. They started witnessing things that shouldn't exist, presences that shouldn't be connected to someone so young, so seemingly unremarkable. They witnessed ancestors positioned like guardians, not just your bloodline, but essences that selected you, that recognized your assignment and declared, "We'll defend this one." They witnessed force that appeared like it originated from lifetimes of groundwork, like you've been constructing toward this moment, this iteration of yourself across multiple cycles. They witnessed threads connecting you to wellsprings of strength they couldn't recognize, currents of force flowing into you from dimensions they couldn't trace, and the most terrifying element, they witnessed you were being observed, not by them, by something infinitely more commanding, something that witnessed them attempting to reach you and recorded them. The practitioner sensed it like a touch on their shoulder, a presence that transmitted without language. You don't belong here. Depart now while you still possess opportunity. And they did. They severed the link so rapidly they nearly toppled their workspace. They remained there trembling, attempting to stabilize themselves, attempting to comprehend what they just encountered. Because here's what they realized in that instant. You're not just protected, you're claimed. Something or someone in the spiritual dimension has designated you as theirs, as significant, as essential. And anyone who attempts to interfere with your journey doesn't just fail, they get designated too. The practitioner knew that if they persisted, if they actually attempted to transmit harm toward you, it wouldn't just rebound, it would intensify and return with multiplication. They'd witnessed it occur before to practitioners who became overconfident, who believed they could override universal protection, who assumed their strength was superior to cosmic intention. Those practitioners ended up devastated, not by their targets, but by the very forces they attempted to manipulate. So this practitioner made the intelligent selection. They withdrew, they informed your adversary the truth, or at least a variation of it. I cannot assist you. This individual is protected by something I can't identify and won't confront. If you're intelligent, you'll release this. But of course, your adversary didn't release it. They became furious, accused the practitioner of being powerless, of being fraudulent, of accepting their payment without producing outcomes. And the practitioner just smiled sorrowfully and stated, "Continue attempting if you desire. Employ someone else, but everyone who's authentic will inform you the same thing, and everyone who's counterfeit will accept your payment and fail regardless. Either way, you're wasting your effort." And that's precisely what's transpiring right now. Your adversaries are unraveling, cycling through rage and bewilderment and refusal because they can't accept that you're simply beyond their grasp. They've attempted slander, you didn't crumble. They've attempted isolation, you constructed your own community. They've attempted ridicule, you transformed it into fuel. They've attempted to sabotage your possibilities, and somehow you ended up with superior ones. They've attempted everything in the physical dimension and failed, so they turned to the spiritual dimension, convinced that's where they'd finally reach you. And even there, even in the invisible realm where they believed they had advantage, they struck a wall. Because what they don't comprehend is that you're not protected by something you executed last week or last month. You're protected by who you became through everything you survived. You're protected by the fact that you didn't turn toxic when you had every justification to. You're protected by the fact that you maintained your heart tender even when the world attempted to harden it. You're protected by every moment you selected to heal instead of harm others. Every moment you selected silence instead of retaliation. Every moment you selected to continue advancing when surrendering would have been simpler. Those selections, those moments, they constructed something around you that's stronger than any curse, any spell, any negative intention. Now, here's where it becomes even more intriguing. After the practitioner withdrew, after they refused to persist, something shifted in the force between you and your adversaries, because the universe has a sense of irony, doesn't it? The moment someone attempts to curse you and fails, the curse must go somewhere. Force doesn't just vanish, it redirects. And when you're protected the way you are, when someone transmits negativity toward you and it strikes your citadel and rebounds, it doesn't just return to origin, it returns magnified. So your adversaries, the ones who paid for this spiritual assault, they started noticing things, minor things initially, technology malfunctioning around them, rest becoming worse, unease increasing, connections getting more strained, possibilities falling through, nothing catastrophic, nothing they could indicate and declare, this is definitely connected, but enough strangeness, enough coincidences, enough little calamities that they started to question. And the practitioner, if they were honest, could have informed them, that's what transpires when you attempt to touch the untouchable. That's what transpires when you throw stones at someone the universe is constructing. Those stones return as mountains. But most individuals won't learn. Most individuals will continue attempting, continue employing different practitioners, continue searching for someone powerful enough or dark enough or desperate enough to accept the assignment, and every single one will withdraw or fail or worse. Because the truth is, you're not protected from your adversary's attacks, you're protected by your adversary's attacks. Every time they attempt something, every time they transmit negativity, every time they assemble in groups to discuss you, to scheme against you, to wish for your collapse, they're actually nourishing your protection. They're pouring force into your ascent without realizing it. It's like they're attempting to excavate a pit for you to fall into, but every shovel of earth they throw just constructs the elevation you're standing on higher. They're attempting to curse you, but they're actually blessing you. They're attempting to break you, but they're actually making you unbreakable. And the more they attempt, the stronger you become. Not because you're doing anything to them, but because the universe is using their negativity as fuel for your elevation. Every hateful thought they have about you gets converted into an opportunity for you. Every lie they spread about you gets converted into truth coming to light for you. Every door they attempt to seal for you gets converted into a better door opening. It's spiritual alchemy, and you're not even the one executing it consciously. It's just transpiring around you, for you, because of what you represent. You represent the underdog who refused to stay down. You represent the betrayed who refused to become the betrayer. You represent the broken who refused to stay broken, and the universe protects that. The cosmos itself has a vested interest in your success. So when that practitioner looked at you energetically and witnessed all of this, witnessed the layers, witnessed the protection, witnessed the preparation, witnessed the cosmic investment in your journey, they understood immediately, this is not someone I can fight. This is not someone I should fight. This is someone I need to leave alone and hope they never notice I was even here. And they left quickly, quietly, with a new respect for forces they believed they understood but clearly don't. And your adversary is still out there, still angry, still plotting, still convinced that if they just locate the right individual, the right spell, the right approach, they'll finally reach you. But they won't, they can't, because you've already survived worse than anything they could ever transmit toward you. You've already been through initiations they couldn't handle. You've already walked through fires that would have turned them to ash. So their little candles, their little ceremonies, their little hired hands, they're nothing. They're insects buzzing around a lion. Annoying perhaps, but ultimately irrelevant. And you don't even have to acknowledge them. You don't have to fight back. You don't have to defend yourself. You just continue walking your path, continue doing your work, continue becoming who you're meant to be, and your protection handles everything else.